Hi guys, welcome back. Sorry for the long break. I'm here today with $100 challenge. It was originally going to be hosted by the Hansons, but for personal reasons they couldn't do it. And then lovely Sabrina from Subs Rehabs took over, and she is the host and the judge of the challenge. Okay, so the challenge. Rules are super simple. Flip something under 100. So here we go. Here is my cute piece I got off Facebook Marketplace. As you can see here, the piece doesn't really have many problems to deal with. Okay, some little scratches, but tiny things, a little bit of tape. Yep. But in general, very good shape. Nothing is torn, broken, or anything like it. Okay, as I said, like little scratches, but not a big deal. I had to bring the camera super close to show you. The drawer is moving super nicely. Okay, so here you can see that this is, particle board, so it's not real wood or anything. So the drawers are like this, and you can see that the back is exactly the same thing. So particle board everywhere and some little wooden trim. So here we go with the usual. So after cleaning the piece with some dish soap, I sanded it with 240 sandpaper. I did the top and the bottom of, the top and the sides with my sander, and the rest I sanded by hand because, as you can see, there are loads of different details and my sander wouldn't make it. So hand sanding that was. And obviously here filling in any problems with wood filler, any scratches. And here what you can see is a little problem with one of the legs with the side. I had to glue it a little bit to make it stable. I mean, it wasn't like really unstable or anything, but it was a bit wobbly, and I wanted to make sure that it is, not moving at all. I masked a little bit the particle board at the back because I decided that I wanted to paint the back and make it look a little bit more high-end. So it was filled and sanded smooth. Taping was the following step in my work. Because I decided to stain the rest of the drawer. I just wanted to paint the front and that's it. So obviously I had to tape because I'm terrible with the brush and everything is mess, so well, tape it was. Because the piece was super slick, even though I scuff sanded it, I decided that, well, definitely I want some primer on because I wanted my paint to stick. That's kind of obvious, I guess, right? I put only one coat of primer. I wasn't expecting any bleed through. And I wanted only to give the paint something to hold on to. The instructions of my primer say that I have to leave it for about 6 hours minimum to let it dry. So what I do is I always use my primer and leave it overnight, so I can start next day and be sure that everything is properly dry. So yeah, it does take quite a lot of time here in Spain. What you can see right now is my first color I wanted to use. I was thinking about, mustard thing, and well, I wasn't very happy about it when I was painting it on, I need to tell you. And I was like, okay, let's give it a chance. Let's let it dry. Let's put second coat to see, better coverage, and then we're gonna decide. But oh well. Two dry coats, and well, no, I decided to change the color. So had several options. These are the handles. Put them just right next to different paints I had from previous projects, and was contemplating, okay, which one should I use? Which one is going to be the best one? Obviously, I couldn't decide. And another thing is that when paint dries, it changes color. So I thought, okay, let's make a sample of each one. Let's let each of them dry, and we'll see. We're gonna have a look. So this is what I did. To make sure that this time I was doing the right thing, I also tested the colors with the handle to make sure that, all the colors go together well. And I'm not making another mistake like with the yellow. I gave the top a super quick sanding with 240 grit sandpaper. And I moved on to painting the first coat of the color I chose, which, as you can see, just after first coat is 100 times better than the mustard yellow I chose at the beginning. I had to serve it 4 coats of paint with light sanding in between with 240, and here I'm spraying the varnish, the first coat of varnish. In total, I gave it 3 coats. There was 3 coats in total. And I used this spray acrylic varnish because this was the quickest way to move on with the piece. Okay, this varnish takes around 5 to 10 minutes, and you can start with another coat. Just super nice. Make sure I've got really smooth finish. I'm using here 1500 grit sandpaper, super soft, and I like it very much because it leaves super smooth silky finish on the top coat. While the piece was drying after cleaning all the dust, I decided to move on and do something with the handles. I had in mind keeping the patina, so I decided to just clean it with a dish soap and leave it as they are. Maybe add a little bit of gilding wax if it's necessary, but I really liked the way the handles looked, so this is what I did. As I noticed that one of the handles had part of the gold worn out, I decided to use some gilding wax. to refresh the view. Sorry for the focus of the camera. It's just, I don't know what happened. Okay, so here I'm testing one that is more dark, that one that is darker, and the other one is more brighter, more yellow gold. So I was checking which one I actually want, and I decided on La Pajarita darker gold. And this is what I applied to refresh the handles. Yeah, and this is how we got to my moment of doom. I wanted to use the stain to stain the drawers to refresh the look, but all that went totally wrong. Okay, so the filler, the wood filler, was supposed to absorb the stain very well, which was not the case, as you're gonna see in a second. So other parts of the drawer are absorbing this stain pretty nicely, and the color matches the navy blue I used and the gold. However, and you're gonna see that in a second on the side, well, the wood filler didn't really absorb much of the stain, so I wanted to cry. Like, really wanted to cry when I saw that. I was like, oh no, no, please, no. Well, that was that. Probably that's, my lack of experience with stain. I stain, like, I don't know, 2-3 things in my life, probably. Just, raw wood, no filler, nothing like that. So I guess that's my thing. That's the thing that happened. And yeah, so there was nothing I could do. As you can see here, this is the wood filler I used, and normally I use white. That's supposed to be stainable, but well, it wasn't. So yeah, and because I didn't really have time to do anything about it, well, that was it. I had to stop there, step back, learn from my mistake, think about fixing it, and that's it. So that was the end of my story. And because a few days just before releasing the video, I was super busy with my personal life, so I couldn't fix it, and I didn't have time to investigate and sort it out. So that's all, folks. Hi guys. So, well, this is the failed attempt, okay? I'm so angry with myself that I couldn't finish it properly. Probably I'll need a couple of days to figure out what I'm going to do with the drawers. I have no idea yet. Was going through a very rough time last couple of weeks, so I just need to take a step back and think what I'm gonna do with it. Okay, I love the colors. Okay, so the change of color was definitely a good idea. I really love the handles. That's definitely super good. I was going to add to it some tissue paper, make it more flowery, just to make it more a statement piece. But then I changed the idea and I thought I wanted to keep it more simple. Anyway, as I said, several of my decisions totally backfired in my face. and yeah, I wasn't able to finish. Okay, but just let's say, imagine I've done it. Okay, so let's have a look at the numbers. Okay, so what could it be? Okay, so let's suppose that I finished the piece. That cost me 15 euros. Okay, later on, as you can see, I changed, I converted the currency. Okay, but all my prices are in euros because I live in Spain. Okay, so the piece was 15 euros. And then we have here what I think is more or less what I used, okay? And here we have the full price of the whole packet, package, can, whatever container was related, you know, to the piece, okay? So we had the piece, wood fill, primer, the first original paint, the final paint, varnish spray I used, gold gilding wax, two, you know, cheap brushes, but I also used a rolling dog brush as well. That was the that was the most expensive one out of the three I used. Sanding paper, okay, I used only one sheet for my sander. I used 1/3 of a sheet of the kind of like a, you know, mesh sanding paper. One sanding paper to sand between the varnish plus stain. Okay, so my total would have been 58, 51 for the actual materials. And if we have a look at the full price of everything, it would be $110.56. Well, I didn't make it under 100. Probably if I didn't change my mind in terms of paint, and if I hadn't used the expensive brush, I will make it. Okay, that would be it. I will get under 100. Okay, but I didn't, and I still need to figure out what I'm gonna do with the piece. But definitely I need to do something cool because I absolutely love it. Okay, I know it's not finished, but the colors, the shape, simplicity, and everything of it, I really, really, really like it. So I'm so sorry to disappoint this time, but rest assured, I will figure it out. And I hope that in a couple of days, I can post another video showing you what I did to finish the piece and give you the final product. Good luck to the rest of the participants, and I see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one.